Oh,
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Joining me today is my co-host, James. And yeah, two-person podcast this week, just chilling. So check it out, dude. I was on YouTube, obviously, and I saw this fucking advertisement, right? For a show on Netflix, and it just so happened that it came out like that day, and I want to say this was like 2 days ago. And I fucking binged the entire show. It was so good. I mean, to be fair, it was only 5 episodes, but so good. So it's called The Cabin, and it's about this comedian, and I can't think of what his fucking name is right now, but it's about this comedian who, like, basically, he fucking does a lot of shit, right? And he's, like, gets into this whole huge fight with his wife about, like, hey, you know, if you don't fucking slow down, you're gonna end up having a fucking heart attack and shit like this. And so he's like, all right, cool, whatever, you know, I'll just go fucking decompress, go off into the woods, into a cabin, and kind of just, you know, try to get that balance. So he goes off to this cabin, and he ends up turning it into a show. It wasn't supposed to be a show, but he ends up calling his people, turns it into a show, and then, like, it's like every episode is a different weekend, I think, while he's out there, and he has different people come out every weekend, and it's always other comedians that are his friends. So his wife gets mad about it, but she's like, fuck it, you know, get it all out of your system, whatever. So it's called The Cabin with Bert Kreischer. I don't know how to say his last name, but whatever. Either way, it's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh my, that shit had me laughing every fucking episode. It was so goddamn funny, dude. And like, there's so many comedians on there that come on there that I fucking know, and I was just like, oh, dude, this is gonna be great. And man, dude, they're so good. But like, each episode has like its own theme, where it's like, you know, like there was one that was like nothing gained without pain or some shit like that. So it's like, you know, kind of like going through trials and shit, but like he has these comedians come up there with him, and my dude, it was so fucking funny. If you have a Netflix subscription, you guys need to check it out. It's so fucking good. Like I said, 5 episodes, but be prepared to see a lot of male nudity. Like, a lot of male nudity. Like, this dude is pretty much naked every fucking episode. Like, it's fucking crazy. And apparently that's what he's known for, is like taking off his shirt during like his performances and shit when he's on stage and stuff like that. And he's kind of a bigger guy. And yeah, but like, dude, there's like one episode where he's like in the middle of like waxing his asshole, and fucking like the chick that was supposed to help him, she ends up just leaving. And so like one of the chicks show up, and she's there like just getting there for the day, and he's like, come in here, and she's like, what? And he's like, it's stuck, I need your help. And so she has to actually help him wax his asshole, like pull the fucking thing off. Dude, it was so goddamn fucking funny. Oh my god, I was dying laughing. They do like a fucking coffee enema. I was like, bro. Oh my gosh, dude, there's so much fucking good shit, dude. It's cracking me up, dude. But yeah, 5 episodes, pretty quick watch. I think each episode's about an hour, maybe. But yeah, so it was a pretty quick watch, but it was so goddamn good. I was like, I would love to see them come, like, to continue this as like a TV series, but it's just like the main person that's there is a different comedian every time. You know, kind of like how they did that whole show there for a while, where it was like comedians getting coffee, or in cars getting coffee or whatever, and it was fucking Jerry Springer every episode. Or not Springer, fucking Seinfeld. I don't know why I said Springer. But Jerry Seinfeld every episode, and he had a new comedian with him all the fucking time. Like, I enjoyed that show. A lot of people didn't. But this one, yeah, like if there was a different comedian every single time and they were doing this kind of shit, like, oh my god, dude, it would be so fucking funny. I'd watch the fuck out of it. I would watch the fuck out of it. Actually, I wonder if... Got a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, but it's still too new to get any other kind of fucking reviews yet. I thought it was great. It was fucking... it was so great. But anyways, so yeah. That shit had me cracking up. But on the same side, because, you know, balance, people. There has to be a balance in your life. I actually had another sad situation where I had to unfollow a group of people that I'm not going to name. But I had to unfollow a group of people that I enjoy their content a lot, and I really like them as individuals. And it's kind of a weird situation, dude, because I'm not that kind of person to like go out there and unfollow people for political stuff and that. But I actually had to do it, and it's not due to their political beliefs. Because I want to start off by by preferencing this for anybody who's listening. Just because of how deep I know some of the members of the cast on Dead Funny, I can start off by saying that not even close to the entire team is on the same side as far as the political scale is concerned. Not even close. We're probably pretty fucking down the middle with, whether right, left, middle, whatever you want to call it. And that's fine. I literally don't care about people's political views because everybody has their own opinions, and that's great. I like having conversations that are constructive. But as far as like a lot of the stuff you see on social media these days where people are just yelling at each other and shit, like that's just, it's dumb. It's another way to divide us as a civilization, and that's crazy to me whenever we have something so easy as far as social media to be able to talk and have conversations, and all we're using it for is to yell our opinion the loudest. Whenever someone tries to talk back, we just silence them. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my fucking life. But anyways, moving past that, the reason I had to unfollow these people is because they hardcore lean a specific way. And if some of you people, because they are a little bit popular, so some of you people might know what I'm talking about, but like I said, I'm not going to name the individuals or the actual channel itself. But it really struck me as someone who I feel I pretty much lean a lot more in the middle than I do whether left or right. But I do tend to have views going back and forth both ways. It just really depends on the situation. But once again, not trying to get into my own political beliefs here because that's not what we really do here at Dead Funny. We're definitely more of an entertainment source. But I felt like this is something that needed to be talked about because I thought it was very weird. But they're definitely a lot more left leaning, which once again, don't give a shit about that. It's not the point. But they had a fan who directly addressed them, and I believe it was on Twitter. And the fan said, I understand why you guys have the politics the way that you do. Because they started like labeling their videos like, go vote for Joe Biden. Like just straight out. Like you'll never get that from Dead Funny. As long as I'm editing this content, you'll never get that from Dead Funny. I'm not going to tell you who to go vote for. Everybody deserves to have their opinion on who they think should be the next president, Supreme Court, fucking mayor, whatever. That is your business. You will never have that come to you from Dead Funny content. Won't happen. You will hear me say go vote because that's very important. You should vote any chance you fucking get, whether it's fucking city, state, whatever. You should vote every chance you get because that's how, if you want any kind of change or you want things to stay the same, that's how you do that. So you will definitely hear Dead Funny say go vote. That is 100% going to happen. But they started labeling a lot of their videos where it was like, or maybe not necessarily a lot of their videos, but also just a lot of their content was just around you can't have a president like Trump and that you should go vote for Biden. Everybody should go vote for Biden. If you don't vote for Biden, you're an idiot. All this other stuff. And it was crazy to me that you would call your own community out over a difference of opinion. Now, I know we've done it here on Dead Funny before, but in my opinion, obviously, we've done it for good reasons. And our reasons were for hateful things whenever people were, spreading around the whole Momo stuff and everything else. And that we were like, okay, this is actually putting people's lives in danger. You need to stop. This is the kind of stuff you like to do. We don't need you here. That, in my opinion, is worth that call. But over a difference of opinion as far as something political is concerned, I kind of feel that's a bit extreme. And so and these have been going on for a while. It's not like this is something that's new with them. This has been going on for a while, but I just was like, it's their political, that's what they want to do, whatever, it's their channel. But where it really kind of struck a chord with me was, like I said, a fan had reached out to them on Twitter and said, I know you guys lean left, and that's completely fine. I understand that you have your own political views and you voice your reasons why you have those views. But as being a conservative and a fan of the right-wing kind of stuff, I kind of feel like, a lot of your content pertains to just the left, which, I kind of miss where your content was more about gaming and other things like that, which what you're normally known for. So I would like to ask the question to you that as a conservative fan, am I welcomed among your community? And they literally respond to this fan and said no. All because they had a different political view. They literally responded to this fan and said no. And not as the channel, like individual, their individual Twitter accounts. And they're not big enough to have someone else do their Twitter for them. That's not a thing. But they are big. They're very big. That is insane to me. That is absolutely insane to me. Like, I get you want to build a community that is a good community, a non-toxic community, a community that looks out for each other. But to have it, I mean, I even made a post about this on my own personal Facebook a while back too. I can't see a situation where people are at a point where they would rather be surrounded by yes men. I don't understand that. From the beginning of time, all we've ever heard about is that in order for you to grow mentally, you have to have people in your life who are going to have opposite opinions and challenge you mentally. If all you have are people who agree with you 24/7 and look at the same views that you do and agree with those, it's not going to be a situation where you can have the kind of dialogue that's needed to be able to understand certain sides. I think we've gotten to a point where so much of this has become close-minded to where people are looking to have dialogue because they want to voice their opinions and they want to be validated in their opinions, which is a normal human function. That's completely fine. But they want to be validated by the people who speak the same opinions they do, because they're not going to be validated by the people from the other side. That's not going to happen. Right isn't always going to agree with left. Left isn't always going to agree with right. That's been like that since the beginning of time. But there are people, I feel, especially in today's world, I feel there are a lot more people in the middle than there are on the sides. And that's where, in my mind, is crazy, where we don't have the dialogue, because there's so many people in the middle who don't understand, what they feel is actually best for them. And that's nuts to me, man. Like, I couldn't believe that. I would never be able to seriously talk to someone who was a fan of our content and considered themselves a community member, and just because they had a different opinion that literally was not hurting anybody. And I know that there are some people out there that believe Trump is actively hurting people, da-da-da-da-da. Once again, political views, that's your own choice, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. But like I said, our official last call to action that I can remember was the Momo one. That was people actually going around and stalking people through phones and trying to actually freak people out. People were having heart attacks. Games were being sent to kids that were ended up giving up like their actual locations and stuff. And in a time where the whole kid sex trafficking and all this stuff has never been more open and out there than ever before. It's a situation where it's like that, in my opinion, is worth of, like, if someone was like, hey, I actually support this and I think that this is completely fine and no one's getting hurt by it, even though the obvious is the contrary here. That would be a situation where I would tell you, yeah, no, I don't agree. You don't need to be here. But political views are something where, I mean, if someone was truly evil and got put in office, and once again, left or right, doesn't matter. Someone was truly evil and just got put in office, I feel like it would be very apparent to both sides if that was someone that was truly evil out to hurt people. Like, very apparent. And I haven't seen that from a single president, left or right. And I've heard it about Obama, I've heard it about Trump, I've heard about Bush, I've heard about Clinton. It goes back and forth, and that's just the normal left, right, left, right, left, right, and that's fine. But it just, like I said, it threw me for a loop, because I can't imagine having a conversation with a community member and them saying, I have a different opinion of you, but do I belong here because I have a different opinion? And me saying no. That's insane to me. That's absolutely insane to me. And I was just like, wow. And it literally made me unfollow him. I really was like, I can't believe you would turn your back on your community solely due to the fact of a difference of opinion. That's insane to me, dude. Couldn't believe it.
Well, since we're on the topics of sad subjects, Twitch did me dirty.
Twitch did me dirty.
I mean, what makes a company go in and say this $2 out of like $20, this $2 needs to be in a review, and because we're gonna review that $2, you are not gonna get paid.
It's been bugging James like all week
It has
long. It's been like 2 weeks actually. Nah, that's pretty shitty, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty shitty. If I was you, I would be trying to stream as much as possible this month just to get any kind of sub or
well,
$5 donation.
I'm like $30 over the limit.
Oh, okay. At least you're over. So in other words, that $2 won't hold you up next month. Is basically what I'm getting.
Next month I'll get it for sure. But it's the fact that this month I should have got paid. But since they wanted to review $2 from July, like, how long is it going to take you to review $2 and say, oh yeah, that came from somewhere?
That's nuts, dude.
I just don't understand it.
I mean, you could always message them and be like, yo, where's my $2 at? And then they just ban you. I mean, you could do that too.
I'm just going to go to Mixer.
Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, dude, that shit sucks, man. Yeah, obviously I wasn't even aware of mine, so, I didn't have the situation where I had to pay attention to it and shit, so I got lucky for that. But yeah, if I was in the same situation, I'd be pretty pissed off too. No, we'll say this. I got the notification today, and I'm super fucking hyped about it. My fucking Clouded Blade shirt shipped out. Can't wait to see what that fucking looks like.
I hope the UPS driver loses it for you.
Hey, I'm not getting it shipped to me USPS, so the chances of it being lost are drastically lower.
Well, I hope whoever's delivering it steals it from you, all right? Just because you got your Twitch payout. And because you got a Twitch payout made me look at mine.
Oh, man. That's fucking funny, dude. That's fucking funny.
But, yeah. So, Cold War beta dropped this weekend.
We haven't played it yet. At this point, we have not played it yet.
No.
But we're going to.
It goes live tomorrow.
At 10 a.m.
Well, it will be tomorrow when you guys read this or listen to this. So
no. Well, yeah, it won't be tomorrow for them. It would already have passed at that point by the time they listen to it.
So by the time you listen to this, we'll know whether or not the beta was trashed.
Saturday. Which we'll give a review about it, obviously. We'll talk about it and stuff like that, whether it's on the podcast or we do our own little show about it. We'll see. In case you guys didn't get a chance to... Well, this would be... Yeah, in case you guys didn't get a chance to watch the PlayStation, Xbox review, we are doing a long string of review shows that are going to last all the way throughout the year, or the rest of the year, should I say. About 2 a week, where we're going to be covering all the top games and stuff like that we thought. So it is a little bit of a bias. It's not like, just straight AAAs. There's a little bit of a bias on there. But the top games, the consoles and stuff like that, leading all the way up to the holiday season. So stuff like where we're going to be doing more real live reviews and talking about things that might actually be a little bit more on the podcast, just so that way we're keeping our current plan on schedule. So yeah, woo woo. But yeah, because I think this week the ones that you guys should be getting would be the actual COD. Man, dude,
this comes out next week, right?
Yeah, it's coming out next week. So they would get COD, and they would get...
No, they wouldn't. Next Monday?
This comes out this Monday coming up.
Yeah, you're right.
So they would get COD and Five Nights at Freddy Security Breach. But now... Oh, well, we'll just do it the way we had it planned. Yeah, you'll get COD and Five Nights at Freddy's. You might not have our review as far as the beta, which I don't really like to do an official review on a beta, because it's like so many people go so hardcore on a beta, and I don't think that's fair. A beta is there for a reason. It's to test the game. That's the whole point in the beta.
Yep.
And people go so hard in on betas, it's crazy. So yeah, we won't have our review about the beta in that review show. It will literally just be us more talking about the trailers, our thoughts, and stuff like that for the actual series. Our actual take on the beta will probably be on the next podcast, if we remember. Yeah. And obviously we have it coming up here soon for November fucking the actual game releasing, which, you know, we're really pumped for, and hopefully we can get some good zombies content out
Yeah.
for the
There's
new
been a rumor
game.
for Transit
Dude, I've been hearing a rumor about us getting Transit back since
for
the
the last three
last
Call of
call.
Duties.
Yeah. Okay, until I see it, I won't believe it. Because the last rumor I heard was the last Zombies one that we played, and the rumor was that we were going to get Transit, except the aspect of it was going to be before the nuclear fallout, so it wasn't going to be all fucked up and shit.
Well, it would kind of make sense for them to do it this time for two reasons. One, because it's the same storyline as the old Black Ops Zombies,
Okay.
and two, the ground's gonna be all blown up and shit. Cold War, nuclear bombs, blow shit up.
I mean, I'd be fine with a re-up, like, graphic aspect of Transit. I would. I 100% would. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. But we should probably talk about something else because there's no way we're not going to talk about Transit and zombies in the fucking review show that we're literally going to do in like the next fucking 5 minutes, but they won't get until 2 days after this. So, anyways, we do actually have a couple games on our list that we're pretty pumped about though. So it's like I said, just be on the lookout for them. Like I said, it's gonna be coming out 2 a week, every single week. I'm pretty pumped about it. I know James is pretty pumped about it. We kind of sat down, talked about, you know, a good list to come up. We tried to spread it around a little bit, but since we already kind of covered the Xbox showcase, a lot more of this is going to lean Sony than anything else. But we do have some of these are going to be dual console, and then for sure we're doing Halo. And from what I've heard, no promises, but we're going to have Dark Stars Anthony as a guest star on Halo Infinite, so that's going to be a lot of fucking fun. And then we got some Nintendo Switch games in there as well. So, like I said, we kind of hit all the different bases, went over a couple things. So, like I said, I'm pretty pumped about it. Should be a lot of fun. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, dude. But fucking hey, man, I was sitting there talking to somebody, and they were talking about, you know, wanting to look and see what games are coming out. I just don't feel like anything is coming out like relatively soon besides Call of Duty. Like nothing on my radar, at least for games are concerned. Although
no, the two big ones were Halo and Call of Duty for me.
Halo got pushed back,
yeah,
so that one's completely out of the question. I know my Final Fantasies don't come out till earliest next year, so that's out of the question. I didn't really look at Switch, but I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 was predicted to release this week or this year. So, other than making a new Smash Bros. Literally out of fucking nowhere while they're still dropping DLC for the one that we play now, which obviously isn't going to happen. So, although I was pretty pumped. Some of you who watch my stream might have seen me streaming it because I had quite a few people watching me whenever I was fucking playing it the other night. Medieval, the remake, got put on PS Now, which was pretty awesome. So I got to play it for free. Still in the middle of playing it, honestly, and fucking loving it. Grew up playing the fuck out of that game when I was a kid. Oh my god, that was one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. It was so PlayStation 1 or PlayStation? It was PlayStation 2, I think. No, I think it was PS1. Fuck, now I'm doubting
call
myself.
yourself a fan.
Yeah, well, it was only one game, dude, and it was fucking forever ago. Now I'm trying to remember.
I was that big of a fan.
Yeah, it's PS1. Yeah, fuck you, James. No, yeah, PlayStation 1. Fuck you.
PS1. Yeah, no. Yeah. No.
Oh, and there was 2 games. I guess there was 2 games.
And see?
Dude, that was forever ago. Fuck you, dude. It looks so good, though. Like, they did such a fucking good job with the remake on that. Like, I don't remember shit about the game besides some of, like, the core functions. So, like, the levels, you fucking got me. But, you know, a lot of the functions of the game are basically the same, which is pretty awesome. So, a lot of fucking fun, man. A lot of fucking fun. I played it for a little bit on break today, too, which was a lot of fun. But, yeah, I've been wanting to get back to it. It's pretty sweet. Only thing that sucks is, like, I was getting really into my fucking leveling on fucking remake, and now I'm like, now I gotta fucking do this. So, yeah, I gotta beat this first now. But it's pretty interesting. Like I said, the differences that they've added into it to kind of really do different shit in this game, I thought was pretty interesting. Like, with this current quest that I'm working on, where this witch shrinks me down, and I go into like this fucking ant's fucking nest and shit to get amber and stuff like that. Like I don't think that was in the original one, so it's pretty cool if they had like these like side quest aspects are brand new and just put in here. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, the whole storyline behind the game's pretty fucking dope. So I'm a big fan of it. Having a good time with it, but we'll see. We haven't beat it yet. It could totally fuck up the ending, and I'm like, well, that sucked. So
No, don't like that.
yeah, don't like that. So I hate those situations, dude. Whenever you're waiting on something and it finally comes out, and then you get to those points where you're like, yeah, not a fan of that. Definitely happened with me on the remake, dude. Whenever they got all the way to the end of the fucking remake and they showed Zach was alive and he didn't die, and I was like, yeah, not a fan of that. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. They're really changing this fucking story that I grew up with and loved and fell in love with and dedicated a shit ton of my life and money to. Uh-oh. But we'll reserve judgment. We'll wait. It's just part 1. We'll have to wait till we play the entire compilation, however long that fucking takes.
It's going to take 18 years to get the whole remake part 4 out.
Dude, who fucking knows, man? Who fucking knows? Because, like, they still haven't released, like, how they're wanting to do the game yet. Whether it's going to be long installments like this first one was, because so that means more or longer games and more games, or they're going to do shorter installments and they'll come out faster but won't cover as much. So I don't know how they're going to do it, dude. I don't know. Like I said, the first game... I think I was talking to somebody about this in my stream because I was playing the remake, and they asked me how much the remake actually covered from the first game. And I'm like, in the first game, going through Midgar, like, if you kind of know what you're doing and you're just going through it, probably take you like 3 to 4 hours to go through Midgar in the first game. And that literally is just considered the beginning of the game. Like, and that's all they covered in this first one. It was literally all of Midgar. It's like, shit, dude. Like, they got such a long way to go. And I'd rather them just expand on everything. I don't care if it takes them fucking 10 years to get the entire fucking remake out to me. Or fucking 20 years to get the entire remake out to me. Fuck it, dude. Like, as long as they go in on every fucking location and all the characters, there's nothing left to the imagination. Because that's the one thing that did suck was, like, they came out to Ultimanias to talk about it. But... it's all in Japanese. I can't read that shit. So then I have to wait for fucking translations, and then you gotta, like, trust that the translations are actually fucking giving it to you. Because these are just random fucking people.
Easy solution. Learn Japanese.
Fuck that, dude. I ain't got that kind of time. You crazy. No, sir. Can't do that.
Not a true fan. It's okay.
That's fair. The over like thousands of dollars of collectibles and posters I have in my room. That's fair.
I mean, you're just a poser. That's all it is.
Damn. That's actually factual, dude. It's actually factual. If you look
Those
up
statues aren't even real.
They're not, dude. I made of chocolate. It's painted over them. They're just sitting there, dude. I actually finally got around to putting them in a different fucking stance, dude. I'm so fucking happy. And I finally got my last cloud one in too. Oh, looks so good. But now I'm to a point where I have one statue coming out every month now. So at the end of it, because my polygons finally got charged, so I should be getting those soon, which I've been waiting on that fucking... You want to talk about fucking waiting on something, dude? I check my email like fucking 40 times a goddamn day waiting to hear. They've been shipped. And so my polygons are coming in, and at the end of this month, Barrett should be coming out. And then, like I said, every month up until March... at the moment, I'll have a statue because I already have them pre-ordered. So I got Barrett comes out this month. Next month is Tifa, then Aerith, then Reno, then Rude, and then Sephiroth. I'm waiting for them to give me a fucking Red 13. That'd be dope since, he was actually in the first game, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, dude. We'll see. And that alone, dude, that's so fucking expensive, dude. That's like almost another $1,000 right there just in statues alone. Oh my god. I love it, dude. I love it. Can't get enough of it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here because we're getting close on time. We've got a shit ton of recording to do today, so woo woo.
Yep.
But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you like, this content, and also hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that way you can get notified next time we upload another podcast. Who knows? Like I said, maybe we'll talk about our thoughts on the beta. Other than that, hit us in the comment section below, and don't forget to look down at the bottom of that description to get those Twitter and Twitch links as well. But at the end of all this, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time.